Canada's forests have been hit pretty hard by fires, so we decided to help by planting this tree. Is the hole deep enough?
Nope. I gotta dig a little bit deeper. Hey, I hit something. Oh, wow. It's
an ancient arrowhead.
I was just about to say that.
Sorry about that, Sid.
It must be pretty old.
500 years to be exact. Just think, the earth gives life to the tree you're planting, but it's also kept this piece of history safe and sound for hundreds of years.
I wonder if there's anything else buried there.
Let's look. Nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Don't be disappointed, my friends. Finding things from the past can sometimes take more than just using your eyes.
Like what, Palmer?
Well, at Prince Albert National Park in Saskatchewan, they do something called ground truthing.
What's that?
It's a history project where Woodland Cree kids travel throughout the park, searching the earth for things from their past.
That sounds like something I'd love to do.
So would I.
Brilliant. Well, finish planting that tree, and then it's off to Prince Albert. Okay with you?
For sure.
Let's get planting.
Let's go.
Today on CG Kids, we travel to Prince Albert National Park in Saskatchewan, where we meet up with a group of Woodland Cree First Nation kids who show us how they get the earth to give up its secrets.
And we go deep into the mysterious world of the bog. It's a ground truthing adventure you won't want to miss.
Geographic Kids.
We're here in Prince Albert National Park on our way to meet up with Henry Fremont, who's going to teach us all about ground truthing.
It's an incredible park in the middle of Saskatchewan, bordered on the north by Canada's Great Northern Forest and on the south by prairie grassland. It's approximately 1 million acres, with every centimeter shaped by glaciers that covered this region around 23,000 years ago.
Because of its size and the fact that it covers 2 major ecosystems, the park is home to lots of animal species, including one of the largest plains bison populations and white pelican colonies in Canada.
Wait a second, pelicans? I thought pelicans are only found by the ocean.
Nope, right here in Prince Albert National Park, along with timber wolves, bears, beavers, white-tailed deer,
ooh, and
the pileated woodpecker.
Oh, rats!
Whoa, rats!
No, just rats. I stood in bird poop.
Well, there are billions of migratory birds here, so you're bound to step in bird poop sometime.
I know. Hey, in a park this big, how are we ever going to find Henry?
Well, I'm pretty good at finding things.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
I'm Henry Fremont.
Hey, you are pretty good at finding things.
So we're here to find out about ground truthing.
Okay, well, ground truthing is the first stage prior to an archaeological dig.
Cool.
So what do you do?
Well, essentially, we look at the surface area and see if we can find any types of artifacts.
Well, we found something earlier today.
Yeah, right here.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a very nice find. That's a prairie side notched projectile point. And it's made from a stone called Swan River Chert.
So we're kind of like ground truthers then.
That's right, you are kind of like ground truthers. Of course, there's further stages to that, and if you want to join me in my mapping office, well, I'll show you some more.
For sure.
Great.
All right, let's go. Hi, Brian.
Oh, hello there,
How are you doing? And we have Tanis and Cashton from Montreal Lake First Nations.
Hi.
Hey Tanis, hey Cashton.
They're here helping us catalog some of the artifacts that were found.
Cool.
This is our map here of our cultural resources that we have in the park, and along with that, our cultural resource inventory book.
Henry, what would happen if an artifact was found in the park?
Well, if an artifact was found in the park, we would go to our cultural resource inventory map and check and see if this site was already researched by an archaeologist. And if it was a site that was already investigated by an archaeologist, we would have further information in our cultural resource inventory book. So it would provide us more information about that specific artifact and that site.
So what happens if you find an artifact that was inside the park, but not a part of an archaeological site?
Well, if they weren't recorded in our resource inventory book, then we would know that it's a new site, and we would probably call our archaeologists up from Winnipeg, and they would come in and do a test pit and to see if they could find further artifacts or evidence of an archaeological site. And then probably a detailed archaeological dig would take place after that.
Wow, so how often does that happen, that someone stumbles across something that opens up a whole archaeological site?
Well, it doesn't happen very often, but there was one case where a young girl was walking in along the Waskesiu Lakeshore here, and she discovered an ancient arrowhead. And as it turned out, this was a new site. It turned into a significant site where there was an old hearth, a fire pit, a boiling pit, where they found animal bones and then pieces of chipped rock and that sort of thing. So that was an amazing find.
How old was the site she found?
I believe that one dated back in around 6,000 years ago, somewhere in there. Yeah.
You guys have to keep your eyes peeled. You might find an archaeological site. I really think I'm getting my head around this whole ground truthing stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like getting the Earth to give up its history.
We're going to be doing some further work this afternoon if you would like to join us. We're going to have our Montreal Lake students come out and do some more ground truthing.
Excellent. Well, we'll meet you there, and that way we can do our own ground truthing along the way.
Could you tell us how to get there?
Well, I can give you a map and a compass, and if I don't hear from you in a couple of hours, I'll track you on your PDA.
All right.
Thank you.
See you guys out there.
See you there.
Okay, we'll see you later.
So we have 2 hours and we want to end up right here.
No problem.
I don't mean to sound negative, but do you think you can trust that compass? It's practically prehistoric. It has no hard drive, it's not interactive, and if you lose it, it can't even give you its coordinates. Even Henry is relying on me, to find you. Blimey, I seem to have a video uplink coming through, just when I was getting started. I could archive the transmission, unless you want to hear the message now.
Message, please, Palmer.
All right, but this discussion is far from over.
Hey, Sid and Kat, how does the compass work?
That's simple. The Earth has a liquid nickel-iron core, which creates a magnetic field. This, in turn, creates a magnetic line of force that connects the magnetic north and south poles.
Compasses work because a magnetized compass needle will line up with the Earth's magnetic lines of force and point approximately north. Here, let me show you. How to get down here? Palmer?
See? What did I tell you? We haven't even left yet, and it's done a runner.
Don't worry, Palmer. Nothing could ever replace you. Just think of this compass as your ancient ancestor.
Compass Neanderthal.
Which way?
This way. Even though Palmer had no confidence in our compass, we did.
But we still needed a little getting to know it time. But just a little.
I think it's this way. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, is that a bone?
It's just a stick. I don't think we're gonna find anything.
This ground truthing is hard work. Hey, where to next?
According to the compass, we are...
Lost? Henry's probably rounding up a search party now.
Palmer, we're not lost. And don't worry, we have a ton of time.
Well, just remember, I'm only a beep away.
Thanks for the offer, Palmer, but we're not lost.
let's get a move on.
Don't want to forget this.
Hey, Kat, look over there. Do you think they might be ground truthing?
I don't see Henry. Maybe it's another site.
Hey, let's go see if we can get in on the action. Hey, you guys.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Sid.
Sid.
I'm Kat.
Kat, hi.
Nice to meet you. We were just wondering if you guys are ground truthing.
Okay. Yeah.
You want to join? I'd love to.
For sure.
Hey, the more eyes, the better, right? So just kind of spread out, take a close look at the ground, see if you can find any artifacts, something people might have left behind from a long time ago.
Way back, about 90 years ago, this was a logging camp, and they also had workers that built some of the roads and buildings in the park living here. There's 200 people here, so there's got to be lots of evidence of them. The most obvious thing is this nice old log ice house.
Cool.
It's got big logs, and then on the inside, there are boards, and in between the two, there's lots of sawdust.
So what do they keep in here?
They probably would have cut blocks of ice from the wintertime and hauled them in here, and then it was like a big refrigerator. Because if you have 200 people, you have to have a big refrigerator to keep their food cold all summertime. Not too much of it left now.
Oh, hey, look.
What'd you get?
I found something.
Whoa, hey everybody, come on in, take a look. What do you guys think that is? What does it look like?
A broom.
A broom, what a joker.
An axe.
Yeah, it does
An
look
axe,
like an
eh?
axe.
This is a special kind of axe head, too. One that might have been used not to cut down the trees for a building like this, but to make them square on the insides, or maybe to make logs flat so you could build a road or a bridge with them. It's called a Swedish broad axe. Look at, it's curved on this side and this side's really flat. So when the axe came down on the log, it would cut it square. So now you've got round sides and one flat side. You can use that flat side, turn it like this, it becomes a bridge. Or maybe use it for a log building with a smooth side on the inside. Neat find, that's huge.
So how old would that axe head be?
Oh, maybe 90, 100 years, something like that. Everything else kind of rots fast in the boreal forest, but steel sticks around quite a while.
Why did you call it a Swedish axe?
A Swedish axe because it's styled after the kind of axes that the Vikings used. And of course, Vikings and Europeans, they brought this kind of technology to North America.
Well, we have to go to another site, but could we maybe borrow that and show them what we found?
Absolutely. We have to make sure it's all written up and recorded
We
and
will.
then put in the collection, but
Yep.
if you want to take responsibility for that, there you go.
All right, we'll show Henry.
Yeah.
Good one.
Okay, good luck finding stuff, you guys.
Bye.
Okay.
Oops, that was close. Whoa, where are we?
Ooh, I don't know. It is pretty wet, so this must be Boundary Bog. We are right on track.
And I might add, with wet feet, if you'd stuck with me, you'd be dry as a bone. Oh, by the way, I have a video uplink coming through.
Great.
Hey guys, what's a bog?
Well, a bog is wet, spongy ground made up of a moss called sphagnum and rotting plants. Usually it's found between a lake and dry land. Trees, like the spruce, can survive, but plants all tend to lie pretty low.
And that's why bogs are sometimes called lowlands.
Hey, Sid, check it out. Do you think they're ground truthing?
I don't know. Let's go find out.
Hi,
Oh, hi.
I'm Kat, this is Sid.
Hi, nice to meet you. My name's Eva.
We were just wondering if you guys are ground truthing.
Actually, no, we're looking for frogs.
Oh, what kind of frogs?
Hopefully the northern leopard frog. That's what we'd really like to find.
So why are you looking for the northern leopard frog?
Well, the northern leopard frog is a species of special concern, which means it's really uncommon in this area. We don't have enough information to determine if it's endangered or not, so we're looking for them to see if they're here.
So that's what all they're doing? They're helping you look for the frogs?
That's right. This is the Boundary Bog, and about 15 years ago, we know that the leopard frogs used to live here. So I thought if I brought some extra help, we might stand a chance of finding them.
Awesome. That's what they're using the nets for?
Yeah, they'll just kind of sweep in front of them. That way they don't happen to walk on any frogs. They'll jump away before they step on them.
Well, I mean, if we had extra time, we would definitely help you.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Oh.
Hold on.
Excuse me, but as the only talking directional device around, a reminder that Henry is waiting.
Right on, Palmer. I wonder if you could help us. We're trying to get to this spot right here to meet up with Henry.
Sure.
You know a shortcut?
Sure, actually, it's really easy. There's a boardwalk over there. If you just follow that along, you'll find him.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good luck finding the leopard frogs.
Thanks very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
We'd be lost without that.
You know, Kat, this bog would be perfect for some ground truthing.
What do you mean?
Well, look at all the great plants right beneath our noses. I mean, right beneath our feet.
You're right. Hey, what about a little bog truthing?
Hey, it's on the way. Why not?
Okay. This bog is so full of life, it's jumping.
There's lots of water bugs here, which are great food for amphibious creatures like frogs. The bog also has weasels, minks, and spruce grouse.
One cool thing about bogs is since they have such poor drainage, the water has nowhere else to go but back into the earth. When this happens, the moss acts like a filter purifying the groundwater.
So a bog could really be called one big water filter. But there's also something else that helps filter and keep the water clean. Plants. And here's one of those plants, the pitcher plant.
Now don't be fooled by this pretty little plant, because underneath lies a deadly predator.
Anyway, these plants are carnivorous, which means they eat insects, kind of like the Venus flytrap. And the way it does this is pretty amazing.
The insects are attracted to the pitcher plant's sweet smell. The insect lands, drinks the nectar that collects along the outside, then dives down in for more.
And that's when the trouble starts. It gets trapped by the downward pointing hairs and continues to walk deeper into the plant.
When the insect reaches the plant's waxy part, it falls down and drowns in the liquid that collects at the bottom of the deadly pitcher plant.
Sorry to interrupt your drama queen moment, Kat, but I've a video uplink coming through.
Okay.
Hey guys, what happens when a pitcher plant can't catch flies? Does it die?
Eating insects and frogs isn't really essential for it to live. The reason this kind of behavior has evolved is simply to help the plant get the minerals and vitamins it needs and can't get from a place like a bog.
I thought this was supposed to be a shortcut.
It's taken a lot longer than I thought.
I smell a rescue in the making. Something that wouldn't have happened if you'd listened to me.
Palmer, we know how you feel about the compass, but trust us, it works.
Yeah, well, if you say so.
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
Don't look at me. It's not my fault.
That was close.
Too close for comfort.
See, Palmer, if that had been you with all your electrical gadgetry, you'd have been fried and we'd have been in trouble.
But water is no trouble for a compass.
Okay, fine, I give up. But there's still one thing I can do it can't.
What's that?
Tell you to get moving. Henry's waiting.
Okay, I know we're near the site, but I think we should climb that to get a better view.
Good idea.
There they are.
Let's go. Oh.
Oh!
Hey, Henry.
Hey guys, you're just on
Oh,
time.
good. We've been running, we've been across bogs, we've been everywhere trying to get here. Oh, we have to show you what we found at the other site. Sid found this, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we found some other ground truthers and...
Wow, that's amazing. That's very similar to an artifact that we just found here with our students when we were ground truthing here.
Oh, no way.
Good
Well,
job,
look at the
guys.
similarity between those two. Brian can explain more about this piece here.
Okay, what we have here is an ancient stone axe, or an adze. You can see the polishing on there. Somebody's ground this down to polish it. And also there's a bit of flint knapping. Somebody's been taking chips of stone off the edge of this for a cutting edge as well. So
Cool.
this was probably a sort of a multifunctional tool, I imagine, because of the cutting edges on it.
How old would this piece be?
We can estimate maybe about 15 to 2,000 years old.
I guess the ground kind of shows us that, you know, not much has changed in us humans over the last few years. You know, we still need tools to do the work.
Yeah, and this site dates back probably 6,000, 7,000 years ago.
Like, what kind of people would have been living around here?
Oh, if you go back in time, there's various groups that lived here. More recent occupants of this area were the Cree, we know for sure.
So could we try our hand at seeing if we can find anything in this area?
Absolutely. Come on and
Can
join
we help
us.
you guys?
Come on.
Awesome.
Look carefully.
Okay.
Okay.
I found something prickly.
We launched ourselves back into the world of ground truthing, looking closely for signs of anything hidden under the surface. This is hard work, eh? Take a long time to find anything.
Digging deep into the ground, we continued our search, but all we found were worms.
You find anything yet? No, eh?
Ground truthing takes a lot of patience. And even though we came up empty, you never know what tomorrow can bring.
You know, Palmer, this ground truthing has been great.
Yeah. Who'd have thought that just by looking under the surface, you could find the truth?
Well, it's difficult for the Earth to lie.
I wonder if people from the future will ever find something that we've left behind.
You never know. You just never know.